Hi, my name's Kronenberg and welcome to my channel. This is a game called Civilizations 5 from Sid Meier's. It's the Brave New World one. I will be trying to upload 10-minute slots and trying to just continue the gameplay so that you can see the progression, and maybe even some people might suggest certain things like, oh, can you attack him, can you research this or whatever, and I'll happily do it. I've been playing this for about, I think, 80 hours or something like that. Not all tonight, obviously. So I'm not as experienced as a lot of people, but I am still in the enjoyable mode. So we'll go to single player, and we'll set up a game. Basically what I can do is I can drop the volume down. Let me just do that first. I've dropped the volume down already a bit. Let me drop the music volume down. We don't need that up that much. About 8%. You can listen to it when you've got the game. I dropped this down from 100% to 36%. Again, it's loud. Speech volume is when they're speaking to you, and ambience is just the ambience. So we'll accept that. So let's go back to single player. Set up the game. So I tend to go with map size of this. Chieftain Settler is the easy one, but I still say with Chieftain. There's a lot of people that say if you hit Warlord and Prince and all this business, it's very hard. But I'm not as experienced as a lot of people. So I have a random leader, because that's what I'm going to do, and map type. Oops. Well, because I've got the DLCs, I've got all these additional maps, all these things like Archipelago, continents, Europe, or whatever, hemispheres, Highland, Ice Age, or whatever. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do random. So it's completely random, and you won't pick Earth, which I think if Earth is a map that spans the entire planet, so we won't get that. If we click on Advanced Setup, here we have all our bits and bats. You can change this to be more if you want. So map size is small. Ancient, as you start back in the days of time with loincloths and running around in your bearskins. And yes, we'll have all barbarians. We'll leave all that on. So let's click Start a Game. Takes a while for it to load up. Here we go. Let him speak.
Blessings of God be upon you, O great Emperor Suleiman. Your power, wealth, and generosity awe the world. Truly are you called magnificent. Your empire began in Bithynia, a small country in eastern Anatolia, in the 12th century. Taking advantage of the decline of the great Seljuk Sultanate of Rum, King Osman I of Bithynia expanded west into Anatolia. Over the next century, your subjects brought down the Empire of Byzantium, taking its holdings in Turkey and then the Balkans. In the mid-15th century, the Ottomans captured ancient Constantinople, gaining control of the strategic link between Europe and the Middle East. Your people's empire would continue to expand for centuries, at its height governing much of North Africa, the Middle East, and Eastern Europe. Mighty Suleiman, heed the call of your people. Bring your empire back to the height of its power and glory, and once again the world will look upon your greatness with awe and admiration. Will you accept the challenge, great Emperor? Will you build an empire that will stand the test of time?
Okay, so obviously I'm going to drop the volume of this, the audio. I didn't realise it was that loud and booming. I've got the headset on and I'm nearly deaf. So here we are, some little bits and bats about him. Look, you can have this thing here, whatever that is. Compounder units, and the Sipaha. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll begin the journey, and I'm going to press the escape button and quickly switch to the options, audio, and drop the speech volume to about here, and then the ambience will drop to about there. The one thing I will say with Civilizations, if you've never played it, is it is addictive. You don't think it is, because it's like, you just point and click and move around and do a bit of research and a bit of this, but it is. It's very addictive. You can start at 8 o'clock and before you know it, it's 3 in the morning. but you just go, oh, one more turn. So basically the basics is, you can have this little arrow here, drop that down, I bring up research info so you know what you're researching, so it's already researched for me something. Here's the technology tree. Okay. You have social policies, all this sort of stuff over here. This is your turn, this is the year. Here's your settler. So what we'll have, we have a settler here. We can move in, move out, so there's in, there's out. So we have the warriors. I tend to use the warriors, and then if you have a look around what you've got, so we've got some, it tells you here, we have gems, requires mining, sugar, requires the calendar. In fact we've got lots of gems. We've got animal husbandry here for some sheep. Anyway, so what we've got my little thing, so we're going to create a city, Istanbul. There it is, looking pretty cool. And what do we do with these guys? What we're going to do is we're going to have a wander around. You shouldn't leave your places unguarded for too long, but you don't know what's around there. So now what we can do is we can change production in here. So you can either click on this or click on this. Here we go. So we can have a worker and get some working done on here, on here, on here to expand our city. We can have a scout, which I tend not to go for scouts to be honest, because they can't defend against barbarians. Or monument, which is useful to do. But I'm actually going to build a worker to start with. Each game is different depending on where you are. You could pick a random map and be on a little tiddly island in the middle of nowhere, so it's pretty pointless having, you know, a worker straight away. Now we can click research, and so basically it tells you what you suggest to build or research. But one thing we wanted was animal husbandry for our sheep, so let's get that going. And you can tell you here it's got 9 more turns, and there it is, and it tells you can build a caravan, which is very useful for trade routes. You can reveal horses on the map, which they're a very good resource for trading. There's your sheep pasture, and then you can have an additional trade route with people. Now obviously there's other players that we don't know who they are, and the city-states, and of course the famous barbarians. Barbarians just roam the planet, and they basically pillage and kill, and they're a pain in the backside. You can have them if you want, you don't have to have them if you want. I tend to just, you know, have them. So yeah, what we can do is we can move him along here and have a look around here. So we can zoom in. So there's not much here, and there's not going to be much happening at the moment because I've got no worker. I've got nothing happening. So all you tend to do, and this is the same for all over the wherever it is, we don't know where we are. Everybody, oh, we've got some ruins discovered here, so we got them. So we have to be a bit cautious because you never know who's going to be around. Oh look, we've got bison. I've never seen bison before. Ah, advanced weapons found in the ruins. So we have now moved up to these little guys. We have shields and some spears. So that's cool, and that's where I am. So where do we want to go? We'll have a wander around. Oh, what's that? Incense. Ah. And again, it depends. You could be on an island and there could be nothing there, or you could be there with so much resources. So our city has grown. Has 2 citizens, so they'll work for food and production. And basically, it tells you here that how many turns you've got until the city expands, which is 8 turns, and that's how many turns it is to build whatever it is that you're building, and that's your combat strength of the city. So we can now move over here, have a look around. Oh look, we've got some more ruins. Let's go and have a look. Click next turn. And at the beginning it's kind of boring when you're flipping through these because you're just going through the motions of what there is. Ah, that's interesting. And what I'll do is, because I'm just going to be playing for you know, continuous, and I'll probably stop and then play another day, I'll just cut this down into segments of 10 minutes a piece, and I'll link them together so you can kind of watch one and then stop and watch the next one later. And when I upload them, I'll try and upload in like big segments of 1, 2, 3, and then say, well, if anybody has any ideas, let me know. If not, I'll play again in a couple of days and go from there. So here we go for the ruins. Woohoo! So we have some survivors, which means that our population of our city will increase. Ah.
Thou shalt not muzzle the ox when he treadeth out the corn.
Fantastic, thank you so much for telling me that. So here we are, animal husbandry, there's the bits and bats. Allows you to build a caravan, trade routes, all this sort of stuff that I explained earlier on. So what I tend to do is I tend to just move around and see what we've got. Oh, so we have barbarian encampments. So if I click on that, it'll tell you where it is. There it is. I'll come back to that in a minute. So we have to research. Now what you can do is you just press the mouse, left mouse button to move around. Here we go, moving around. So what do we have? We have mining. So I would definitely recommend mining, because we can get gems, which is a good thing. And also we can get chopped down a forest, which we've got a forest here. Not much, but we have a forest. Okay. 6 turns. Okay. So we're on turn 9. That's the year. And here's my spearmen. They've got a strength of 11. And they can move 2 tiles. Which is what you can see. 1, 2, 1, 2, that sort of thing. So do we take them out? Well, we can do, but let's go over here and get some gold. There we are. There's the gold. We're gaining 3 in gold from trade routes and basically just by building. We haven't any trade routes. That's my happiness. You want to keep that nice. You know, there has been times when I've been unhappy. Well, I haven't been, but my people have. There's your golden age. That's your culture. Yeah, that's your sorry, that's your policy of your culture. That's your tourism. That's your faith, if you want to go for faith. And there's your horses. And there's your science. And you can have this puppet thing, which I can explain later. So if we go back over here, the worker is getting close. I'm going to pause that a second while I think. Yep. Okay. Okay, so what we got? So click next turn. And this is what I'm saying about it being addictive. Oh. Okay, it must be a bit warm over there because he's sporting his attire. So basically, you don't want to click declare war or demand, really. So we tend to click on trade. You never know what he has. Not much.
Muscle.
So we can just click back and goodbye. And we still have to wait. Okay, so these are them, Indonesia, and we've met them. They're wandering around somewhere, so they might be over here. We don't know where anybody is. For all we know, this could be a rock. We don't know. So obviously, if you look back here, they're looking a bit. You know, I'm probably going to have to, when I built the worker, get a warrior and get him stuck in here just to protect my base. It's nothing like the kind of games where you play like you know, Empire of Ages and things like that. This is a slower kind of moving game, and I don't think there's many really like this. Oh, we found a city-state, Mogadishu.
The city-state has requested your assistance.
There you go. So they're giving us some gold. It's always good to come along and find them, and they have whales. You know, like you do. So there you go. So they sometimes ask you to do stuff. You know, they might say, oh, can you give us a trade route? Can you build us some roads? Can you get rid of these barbarians? It's up to you if you want to do them. You don't have to. I tend to, if I've got a city-state that's sort of here, I might just build a road after I've done all my stuff, of course. You know, I'm not gonna. So it looks like there is the end of the peninsula. So let's click next turn. Okay. So what we're gonna do is can see some border, I think there. I'm not too sure. So we're gonna take our guys back. I don't want to take them too far away when they haven't got any sort of backup at all. So let's bring them back. Okay, so we have here now choose production. So what I will do is I'll choose production first and get ourselves a warrior. That way it's safe-ish. It's not brilliant, but it's safer. So we'll get the warrior. And we have the workers. So what we can do is it comes up with the little symbol of what you can do. Well, there's, look, you can do a farm here, amount of food, and this one will give you more food. I would recommend building the pasture first. So you can click on it, and we have to wait. So nearly got mining. Wait for it.
The meek shall inherit the earth, but not its mineral rights.
Yep, that's right. So we can construct mines, chop forest, and it's a very good one to have. So, oh, we're back over here with our guys. Now, like I say, I can attack these, but I don't have any sort of thing. So it can tell you there, it's a minor victory. So we will basically probably lose a lot of people. So I'm not that fussed, to be honest, at the moment. I want to get over here. And see what I've got for my people. Oh. So we'll move over there, and hopefully they'll move out of the way. So we have the symbol here. You can have other symbols as well, but this one here says construct a pasture. So we will construct a pasture. And away they build. So the things that they can suggest is masonry, which is stone. So I would go for that. And what else can we do? We can have walls. I'm not going to bother with building any walls yet because there's no... sometimes I build walls and it blocks off this ocean. You can do the pyramids. So you got some... and the quarry, which is very useful. And you can clear a marsh, if there's any marshes. So that's masonry. 9 turns. And like I say, 9 turns is 9 turns, but... oh, we can adopt a policy. What we're going to do is we're going to move these over here first. So that's, they're here. You heard the little noise of the, like the scribe. So we have many different types you can go for: tradition, liberty, honor, piety. These are locked. They're greyed out. You can do an ideology if you wish. Now, what a lot of people do is, I'm trying to find the one it is. Yep, it's this one. So basically the liberty is the best one to go for because you can go for your free settler and your free worker. So let's adopt liberty. Yep, there you go. And away we go. So they've moved away. You can just zoom out a bit. Like I say, it's best to get rid of the barbarians, but I'm not sure yet. I don't know. Oh, what's the copper? Oh, that's nice. Alright, let's get these guys back. Or at least around the area. So we're going to take them over here. Okay, so we can now choose production. We have a warrior. So what have we got? Well, we can have a scout, worker, or settler. We don't need to because we're going to get one for free soon. So we're going to go for a monument. It increases your culture. Let's just zoom out a bit. I have to listen to the bleating of the sheep. So let's go for a monument. Now I try to build a lot of buildings, and then when I can build my armies, get them up, and kind of like enforce the borders, and also get the trade routes going. So we have our warrior. We're going to put them. We can put them there for the moment. Oh no, we're not. What am I doing out of the bounds? Oh, I didn't realise I was out of bounds. Let's go back here. Oh. Right, they're stuck for the moment. So let's just move over here, and they'll move. There they go. Istanbul has grown again. See? And it expands in these areas here. In 21 turns it will expand again. The size of it, I mean. So where are we going with these? Well, let's have a look over here, shall we? Oh, this, as you can see, there's some border here. That tells me, right, what we can do with these warriors is we can fortify them, alert them, I mean, and then what happens is if barbarians come wandering along, they kind of like say hello, without being nice, of course, so stick them there. Okay, my worker's finished doing his job, and look, we have a mine, construct a mine here, so let's go over there. Oh, I have to wait till the next turn.
How happy are those whose walls already rise?
Yep, that's right. So we've got masonry, which is going to help for this stuff here. So we can move our people here. So let's take it over there. So we have some faith. So let's close that. And they have whales as well. That tells me that they're very near the water. So we have research. Okay, so now what can we have? We've got... Do we have anything that we really need? Ah, calendar. Now, we don't have calendar here, so you can open up the technology tree and find calendar. There it is. That's because we need pottery. So we're going to click on this, which means we'll go for pottery first after 5 turns, which will give me a shrine and the granary. And then it'll then move over to the calendar, which gives me Stonehenge, Stoneworks, and Plantation. Eventually, you will be getting all of these. It's not like you're gonna go for that and then zoom all the way over here and get that one. You will get them all because you need them all. But at the moment, I just want to expand my borders with the stuff that I've got. There. Okay, so we can move our little characters along. And we'll move. Ah, that's a river. Or a lake, whatever you want to call it. And now we can build a mine. Okay, I shall carry on in a few minutes. Hi. Okay, now we're on the next section, or next part. What I'm also going to do at the end of each 10-minute clip is kind of pause it for about 3 or 4 seconds. You can click the part, you know, the tab part. Eventually that little part thing that's kind of white at the moment will be colourful when I get more used to how to actually use this sort of thing. Okay, so this little popped up here. You have faith. It actually said I have some information that is useful for you, but I pressed record just after she said that. So it's your first faith point. There's faith here, little dove of peace. And there you go. You can build missionaries, buy missionaries and build buildings and that sort of thing. If you want to, I know, spread religion, then build prophets. Although civilizations tend to also build prophets or buy prophets and come along and try and install some sort of, or instill religion on you. If you're not that bothered, that's fine. If you are, then you'll have to then create another prophet to go and counteract their religion. But there you go. So you can hear about what's Bethonian, all this business. So we'll just click thank you for the information. So where were we? We are still here. We've got gold here, 201 gold. We've got them +4. Our people are happy of 8. We've got 202 turns before the Golden Age. That's quite a good idea when you get the Golden Age. There's my tourism, or my policy. Sorry, there's my tourism. And there's my site, so we'll click on that. Obviously I've started the game, so whenever you restart a round from loading up, that's always off. So there's pottery that I'm researching, which is the granary and the shrine, and I think the pottery was for something around here. I can't remember what it was. Okay, so we'll click next turn. Oh, we've met the city-state of Ife, which are here. And there's my people. So let's click next turn, find out where we're going. Okay, so like I say, we've got our workers here. We're going to hopefully have... Oh, there's our warriors. So we're going to keep them there. We've got more gems. We've got loads of gems. Sugar. There, look at that, sugar. So we're going to move around and try and find out what we have. Oh, got some water, and there's another civilizations. That's curious what is going to be there. Okay, so it's up to you what you want to do. You can either move them, or you can do some of these things. What I tend to do is I tend to just click on these to start with, but it's entirely up to yourself. I mean, you might want to move these guys around, so we will do. We'll meet Cape Town. Get some gold off them. You always get gold. And look, they've got furs and horses. It's useful for when you're doing trade routes. So there they are. And also you notice that there is an island there, or it looks like an island, I think, just about. And so we can't really... We could do with getting another settler, if we can, and get him over here maybe. I have no idea what's over there. Or maybe here, but I've got the bison and the incense, but I've got these damn barbarians which we need to take out soon. So we're going to have to upgrade our people. So, production. So we have finished our monument. There you are, so culture is going to be increased. So we can do a wonder, a pyramid or mausoleum. We can build some walls. I tend not to build walls at the beginning because it can sometimes build walls, strange enough, here, which blocks off my thing. You can have a caravan for your trade routes, which we haven't got many people with, to be honest. Probably that and Polynesia. Work we don't want, and there's a settler, but we should hopefully have a settler soon. But I might actually... trying to think what to go for. I might go for a settler. No. I'm going to go for a one... Oh no, I'll go for a caravan. We'll have a... Hang on, sorry. I keep thinking because... like I say, it's difficult to think. Oh, that's incense. That's a good commodity. We'll have a caravan to start with. And here's my policy. So we can either sell it, because we selected Liberty. There we are, can have our free worker. And this, I think, gets... Oh, there's the settler. So we want to go for this one here to then go for the settler. So yes, we do want the policy. And we'll close that. And so it's now protecting Cape Town, Indonesia. It's useful to know if ever you want to attack them, like I want to do at this moment in time. I don't. And there they are. So, oh, we're back here. So what do we want to do? Well, we want to build, when we get our settler eventually, we're going to have him over here. But I also want to see what's over there. So let's send our people over here. Oh, here we go. The world's most progressive people. I am here. And, you know, here are the other people that I met. And there's Gajar Madar from Polynesia. Polynesian, whoever his name. So, as you noticed, I could only move, like, hardly anything because I'm going over hills. So we're going to now go here. And click next turn. And like I said, it's a bit boring at the beginning. But eventually you will learn to see what there is out there. There is lots of gems by the looks of it. Which is all well and dandy, but there's no resources. Oh my god.
Shall the clay say to him that fashioneth it, what makest thou?
Exactly. What does make us thou? So we can have a granary and shrine, if you want to go for the shrine way. Now here we have the barbarians right behind me. I'm probably going to attack them because they will start attacking my people. So God help us on this one. Here we go. Let's zoom in. And let's zoom out. So my green's kind of okay there. Theirs is yellow. Got 22 damage. They've got 37 damage. And remember, we were researching a couple of things to get to calendar. So to get calendar, we did pottery. And look, see, we're getting stoneworks. That was why we were getting pottery. I wondered why. I couldn't remember off the top of my head why we were doing that. Oh, they're going to attack us. Oh no, that's Cape Town. Okay, so let's not let them go anywhere. Kill them! Yeah, that's right. Woohoo! Now we've got a little bit of not health there, so we'll sort them out in a second. But what we'll do, oh, we can't. So we can build a farm there. These usually pop up all over the place if there's nothing here. So we'll send him across there, and we'll wait till the next turn. And we'll zoom out a bit. Nope, we can have a promotion. So let's promote my people. So we're in rough terrain or open terrain. Well, I would call this kind of rough terrain because there's like loads of hills everywhere. You know, there's trees. So we're going to go for rough terrain, and I'm going to fortify them for the moment. So they get back to health again. Just because if we ever come across any barbarians, then we're basically dead. I could have used the health to bump them up, but there's no point at this point because there's no one really around there. There's nothing going to be happening. So I'm going to click that. And we're going to construct the farm there for some food. And I'm going to pause that there a minute, and you can click part 3 if you wish. And we'll go on to the next part.